Okay, so number one, this is not a mukbang, just to start off. I just happened to be eating at the time when I decided to record this video. And I put my fake glasses on so I can see what's going on here. But I was like, have you guys been watching? Like, I'm totally like, love TMZ. And have you been watching the stuff that goes on TMZ? And if you're wondering what I'm eating, it is white rice and barbecue chicken. And I only eat chicken because with my fork because I like to separate it, and because I took it out of the oven like completely just right now, and I don't want it to be hot on my fingers, so I'm like pulling it apart gradually. And I do this. Anyway, so about all this stuff with that guy from Empire, and I was like, what? I tell you, things that people do, R. Kelly situation. I'm like, what? I have been watching, there's been like local news stuff that's been happening here. A girl not too far from where I actually live left her baby in the middle of the road when like not below freezing, but it was like, 30 degrees outside, cold. And then another girl who left her baby unattended to. She finally showed her face up. They finally found her, 4 days later. She left her baby unattended. All these things that you hear about in social media, and I mean, famous stars and all this stuff. And you're watching it, and I'm like, what the hell are people thinking in their head? Like, I want to know, what does it take you? I mean, if you don't want your baby, I'm fine with that. You don't want your baby, you don't want your baby. Okay, then go drop your baby off somewhere safe or give it to a family member. Do what you need to do that's way better than just leaving it in the middle of the street or abandoning your child in an apartment by itself. And it just amazes me when I see these types of things, and people, I'm like, I get there's a time and a moment when you get desperate or lost and confused and you don't know what to do about things, but to go to that extreme is just, it's unbelievable to me, really it is. And I was also watching, I mean, they finally caught the girl from who left her 4-month-old. They caught her. She was chilling at somebody's house. They finally caught her. They still haven't caught the girl who left her baby unattended to in the middle of the street, literally a newborn baby. And at least haven't caught her, so we don't know what happened. I know the baby's still, I think, is in the hospital being taken care of. The baby's fine, thank God. But still, what does a person have to think about to go to those extremes? And then there's all this stuff with R. Kelly, which, it's crazy to think that, someone so famous could just be so careless about himself and do such things. And then I don't know if this whole thing with that guy Jesse from Empire is true or not. I'm hoping it's not, because I mean, as an actor, I think he's really good. I do enjoy watching him on Empire. Empire is one of my favorite shows to watch. So, yay! Looking forward to March, and I love the TV series Star too. So, those are things that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to March TV. Good shows on March. So, it's just interesting to me to see all this stuff going on social media, where it comes to people who are popular, like movie stars, actors, musicians, and it's just always amazing to me to find out that they too are just fucking up every which way they go. It's amazing. I'm truly trying not to talk about the mouthful. I know that mukbangs are highly, highly popular right now, which I don't understand why, because all you're doing is sitting there watching people eat. But it just happened to be that I was like, I'm watching TMZ and I'm watching this and that, and I'm like, might as well get on be here and see what's happening. Since I haven't done a vlog video in the last few days, only because I just haven't been in the mood to just record anything, because I've just been super lazy. Actually, my best friend had just came into town, so I helped her color her hair. And so I went out, which was fun. Considering I haven't left the house in like forever. Well, I mean, I go to the stores and stuff like that, but nothing too major. And but oh my god, the night I came home, that whole night I didn't sleep. Started binge watching. Have you seen that show? Was it Tidying Up with Marie Kondo or something like that? I think that's her name. Oh my god, obsessed with that show. It's like watching Hoarders, but a cleaner version. It's entertaining. Highly recommend you guys watching that show. Highly recommend. And then my friend got me into watching The Masked Singer. I'm really good at that show. I totally recommend that show too. If you haven't seen it yet, it's good. It is good. I recommend. Totally recommend. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been binge watching Netflix and binge watching The Masked Singer and the Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. I'm still looking for other shows. I just, like I said, a couple of vlogs ago, about me watching the first. I watched the first season, but I started watching the second and the third, and I think I finished the third season of. Yeah, I did finish the third season of One Day at a Time, which was actually a really good show. I like that. So that was good. And what else? I've watched a couple of shows on Netflix, but I like a lot of sitcoms. I'm like a big time sitcom person. I love sitcoms. So, but I haven't found anything more recent that I've gotten into besides just like I said, what was that I just said? One Day at a Time. And then now I'm watching The Masked Singer, which I know is going to end soon. And then what's the other one? Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. Totally recommend those though. If you're looking for something fun to watch. The Tidying Up with Marie Kondo can be a little bit, I don't know, I could cry at it. And then you're laughing at it because you're seeing them going through. If you haven't seen Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, it's like really, it's an emotional roller coaster watching them do it. Because if you're a person who, you know, is sentimental about things, and there's people who, you just see how each person deals with changing their mindset of what they think is more valuable than the objects. Like there was one lady that was on there, she had a pile of clothes that went all the way up to the ceiling, like legitly. And she had a hard time just letting go of the clothing. There are some people that have a hard time letting go of things. And I get that part because I'm a person who likes certain things, and I'm like, no, I got to keep that for sentimental reasons. But there's just some things that I don't understand because I'm like, that's not a sentimental item. It's just an item that, well, I guess I don't find it sentimental, but they do. But anyway, it's a good show to watch, and I would totally recommend it, especially if you're a person who's trying to clean up their life and get rid of all the clutter, you know? We're already 8 minutes into this, and I want to sit here and watch the rest of TMZ and see what's going on. So I'll check you out later. Check you out later. Check you out later. Yeah, there we go. 3 times saying it. I look utterly wretched, which is nothing new, right? So I have been watching Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. I love that bitch. That Sheena knows what she's talking about. She got me on a getting my shit organized binge. Been working on my dresser. Gradually, just getting everything in there. I kind of pretty much am an organized person, so don't get it fucked up. A bitch is OCD organized, but I get disorganized at times, you know, because after a while, shit gets fucking like, oh, just throw it in there, you know. But anyhow, that's what I've been doing. I've been organizing socks and all my t-shirts and tank tops, which my tank tops are already organized because I have so many of them. So those always need to be organized because I always need to know. I need to know what colors I have and don't have. So that's always a given for me. But my other clothing, I was just like, okay. And I've also been getting rid of things that I don't wear, don't use. As she says, spark joy, ding! So that's basically what I've been doing. But anyway, I'm in the process of doing my drawer, my sock drawer, and my panty drawer, which I combined into one drawer because I've been going through my stuff, getting rid of socks and getting rid of underwear that, whoo, honey, you know, a bitch don't fucking be buying shit all the time. And I'm realizing, well, the thing is that knowing that I'm going to be having weight loss surgery in the given future in a few months, I have decided on my own not to purchase any new bras, new panties, new clothing, really. Unless I get at the thrift store and it's really super cheap, then maybe. But I'm not trying to buy any type of new clothing, because what is the point? Because I don't know how much how much of a weight loss I'm gonna have during that journey. But anyhow, that's neither here nor there right now. But at this moment, I'm in the process of cleaning. I'm going to take the bed apart today and start washing the sheets and stuff like that. Because I start doing laundry like around 7. I already have my washing machine starting to get a little bit filled. So that's what I'll be doing later. So I'll check you guys out later. Bye. God, I swear. I ended up trying to make my bed, not trying to make it, taking some of it apart so I can wash. And I ended up slicing my toe open on my foot. And I'm like screaming for people to come and help me. Nobody, of course, fucking hears me. I'm trying to call people on their phones. Of course, nobody's answering their fucking phone. And so now I'm dealing with all this fucking blood shit all over the fucking place now. Because I had to walk and limp through the whole entire house trying to find somebody to help me. I was trying not to bleed all over the place, but obviously I bled. So here we go. Like, there's literally a trail of blood from here all the way to almost to the end of my bed over here. And then it goes down the hallway where I went to get my first aid kit, because I have it there for everybody in the house to be able to use it. Then I go in, there's no fucking Band-Aids or nothing in there. Yeah, everybody wants Band-Aids, but nobody ever fucking re-ups the supplies. I'm supposed to do that, apparently. Finally, I got the door open, my bedroom door open long enough again to yell and scream for somebody to come and help me. Because I was trying to hold pressure. So I'm sitting down on my bed trying to get pressure so that I could stop the bleeding. Finally, my aunt comes in. She's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm trying to call you. She's like, oh, well, I just had my ringer off. And I'm like, well, that's not good. Okay, because we're living in this house. You need to have your ringer on so that way people can hear in case of emergencies, because my house is kind of big. And so everybody's room, her room is on the other side of the house, which we're not far from each other. But still, she's in another room. The kids are in another room. My mom and dad are in another room. So nobody hears me screaming and yelling. And of course, I'm over here bleeding to death. Got it under control, finally. But I'm like, I'm telling you. People don't pay attention to what's going on in their own world. They're so caught up in everything else, but to pay attention to what's happening in their own household sometimes. It's amazing. Now, what's supposed to be a productive day is probably going to be, I'm going to have to take it easy day, because even though my foot is not hurting, it does bother to put pressure on it. So I'm going to have to slow down a little bit for a few hours until I feel like the toe is like getting in a little bit more blood clotty-ish, so to speak. Sorry if you're like gory of blood, but it is what it is. Things happen and shit happens, so I don't know what I'm going to do about the blood stains that are all over my bedroom and down the hallway, but at this point, I don't really care. Coffee gone. Alright, we'll drink water. We have water here. I'll see you guys later. If I vlog again tonight, I have no idea.